Hello, my friends. Are you ready to grow in 3 ways? We're going to exercise our fingers, our pretending muscles, and we're going to be making shapes. We're going to be doing some math by making shapes with this dough right here. Here I have some salt dough. And this salt dough is called salt dough because what do you think ingredient is in here? You're right, there's salt. There's flour, water, salt, and then a little secret ingredient called cream of tartar. Isn't that a silly word? But it makes it so soft and so easy to play with and to shape. Now, I'm going to pretend that this dough isn't salt dough, but it's bread dough. And I'm going to make some shapes out of this bread dough. I'm pretending it's bread dough. When I pretend that it's bread dough, does it really turn it into bread dough? No, I'm just using my imagination and pretending that it's bread dough, but it will always be what kind of dough? That's right, salt dough. All right, so I'm going to begin first by, I think I'll break it in half. I'll make a little bit smaller circle of the dough and kind of start flattening it out with my hands like this. Have you ever played with dough before? Oh, it's so fun. Don't you just love it? Get your hands in there. And sometimes I'll even use a rolling pin and I'll roll out the dough. So if your parents have a rolling pin, maybe you could ask them and you could borrow it. But for this activity, I don't feel like we need a rolling pin or anything too special, except for I have one thing here. It's a knife. It's a little plastic knife. Of course, I wouldn't want to use a really, really sharp knife. Maybe you have one in your kitchen toys that you could use, or check with your parents and see if there's one that you could use, because I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can make different shapes. Let's talk about the shapes that we want to make. I think we'll keep it simple, but we should do at least 3 or maybe 4 shapes. Let's do a triangle, and a triangle looks like this. And let's do a square, and a square looks like this. Did you notice that the triangle has 3 sides and the square has 4 sides? Then let's make a circle. Circles are kind of hard sometimes because if they go too long, if the circle becomes too long, then it kind of becomes an oval. But we're going to try it. We're going to do our best. And then let's make one more. How about a heart? Oh, I don't know. That one might be too tricky, but we're going to try it anyway. All right, our first one. Let's do a triangle. I am going to put my knife in right here at the top and make a little circle. Can you see that little circle right there? All right, that's going to tell me that's going to be the top of my triangle. And then I'm going to come down on an angle and make another little circle right here. That's going to be the one side. And then come along here, put another little circle with my knife right here, and then go back up. Now I kind of have an idea of where my triangle is going to be, and I can start cutting into my dough. I love this. What kind of dough am I pretending it is? That's right, bread dough. The reason I'm pretending it's bread dough is because we're having a little class this week in preschool on bread making. All right, here we go. I'm going to take it off here. And there is my triangle. Does it look like a triangle to you? Yeah, it does to me too. I think I'm going to save it right over here. I think I'm going to have enough dough to do all of the shapes that I want to do today. All right, next let's do the square. Let's get it kind of off of this table. Here's what's so fun about Play-Doh. All those extras, you can kind of go like this, gather them up, mix them back in, and start over again. So make my circle a little bit. Another way to make a circle is to roll it like this. One hand on the top and the other one on the bottom, and just kind of press your way in there and add a little pressure to it. All right, now smash it out and we'll make our square. Squares have 4 sides and all the sides are exactly the same size. Otherwise, if we had too long and too short, it would be a rectangle. All right, it's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little pokes, and it looks like they're about the same distance. So now I can start cutting with my knife. You know, you might have, if you have some cookie cutters at home, you might have some of these shapes, and you could just go press and lift up, and then you've made that shape. Or you can do it like I'm doing, because I don't have cookie cutters. All right, here we go. Let's take it off. And here is our, what's the shape? That's right, it's a square, just like this square. Okay, we have a triangle, we have a square. Now let's make, oh, the circle. That's what we were going to make next. We're going to make a circle. All right, this one I'm going to be tricky, and I'm going to roll my Play-Doh like this between my 2 hands. I'm going to make kind of like making a snake. Have you ever made a snake out of Play-Doh? All right, let's kind of go like this and roll it. And as I put pressure on it and press down and roll back and forth, it starts getting a little bit longer and a little bit longer. There we go. A little bit longer. All right. There is my little tube or my little snake. So, and now I'm going to shape it like a, do you remember what I'm working on? That's right, a circle. Okay, I think I've got it. What do you think? Is that a circle? That's so fun. I love it. And then very last, we're going to do a heart. All right. Oof, this one might be really, really tricky. I don't know. Here we go. Okay, smash it out. Okay. So for this one, wonder if I could make it facing you. I'm not sure. I'll try it. So here's going to be the bottom, the very bottom point of my heart. And then I'm going to kind of trace, oh, and this will be the top, all right? It won't be a point, but it will be where the two arches come in together. All right, so I'm going to come up on 2 sides, kind of like making a triangle at this point. Can you see it? Like a triangle right here. And then I'm going to make one side of a rainbow. And then the other side, another rainbow on the other side. Okay, so a rainbow on this side and a rainbow on this side, and connected together. Let me show you. Well, it's still not all the way cut out. Can you see that? And now I'm going to take my knife and go in there and make this heart. That is a crazy hard shape to make. So you might choose to do an oval or a rectangle or make all circles or all squares. You know what else would be a hard shape to make? I think anyway. Maybe you want the challenge is a star shape. All right, here you go. Does it look like a heart? It does. Oh, I hope you have an opportunity to get some dough. You can make it on your own with your parents, or you can get it at the store. And there's so many different recipes and so many ways. But I hope you get a chance to try and make different things and pretend that dough, you could pretend like you're making cookies or loaves of bread, or you can make little simple shapes. Well done.